All right, shalom, shalom. First off, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash, love them young. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach from what is the last days and who are the true leaders in the nation of Israel. I want to give a strong shalom to all the Akim on the four corners of the earth, pushing his word in truth and sincerity, making the calling and election sure. And I want to give a humble salutation to the hopeful elect tuning in on the four corners of the earth, wherever habitation may be at. All right, this is Brother Mashal. Come back at you with a quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yashai. I want to say the water Yahweh Bashem Yashai, forgive me spirit through this lesson. And I was watching a couple of the Elder Apostle Tahara's videos, and I noticed this guy, making comments and putting, scriptures up, and basically disagreeing with the apostle. So I was curious. So let's, let me get it real quick. I was curious to see who this guy was, and this guy in the middle, Wanaya Yahawada Yasharala. All right, so I just screenshot the video. This video was beware of Romans 13 prophets or pastors. And basically, he's I'm gonna read his statement. It says, "I disagree, Israel, because it is written, who is a liar but he who denies that Yahweh Shai is the anointed? He is Antichrist, who denies the Father and the Son." Read verbatim the book of 1 John 2:22. All right, so if anything, what I'm saying, you can disagree, all you want to, what I'm saying, but you don't have to, well, you can you can disagree, but how you going to explain it? You just can't say I disagree and then tell somebody to read it and form their own opinion about it. You know what I'm saying? Where's your lesson at? You know what I'm saying? Showing where the apostle went wrong. All right, and this is what happens when people don't know the scriptures, man. All right, they disagree, but then they just leave it at that. Well, I just disagree because I just disagree. You know what I'm saying? Here, read this, and you form your own. Instead of me breaking it down, as a true teacher in the nation of Israel, I'm just gonna put the scripture out there and let you form your own opinion about it. And that's pretty that's lazy, and that's basically being a hireling, man. All right. And then this other video the apostle did, I forgot the name of it, Slakia, but he disagrees again. All right. It says, and I disagree, Israel, because any man prophesying in English and any other name or names besides the name of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach is a false prophet. Oh, and by the way, the mark is sin. Read verbatim in Ecclesiasticus 27:2. You see how he's slides in smoothly, and puts these crazy remarks. The mark is sin. All right, but then when you go to the brother's page, what is it? He doesn't have any content, man. He doesn't have. Oh, that's at the bottom. That's what this video is. At the bottom it says, "And he spake as a dragon." That's what the video was. But when that's a lot of times these guys, man, they make these ridiculous statements, but then they don't have any videos or lessons to back it up. All right, he has 2 subscribers, which subscribers really don't matter, but he doesn't have any content, man. So how you going against the apostle, but then you don't have any content of your own, you don't have any works of your own. All right, and this is the time that we're in, man. This is the time where people are going to try to mislead you and lead you from the truth, man. All right, so let's go to 2 Peter. This is crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? And then come up against I could understand if it was like my video or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a low level dude. You know what I'm saying? But he's up there on the big dogs channel, man. You know what I'm saying? Scoffing and leaving ridiculous statements, man. 2 Peter chapter 2. Chapter 3 and verse 3. It says, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lusts. All right, and this guy is a scoffer, man. You know, and one of the other videos, he put happy feast of the blowing of the trumpets. Now we don't that's all good. You know, in Colossians chapter 2, it says that you're not supposed to judge any man of a holy day or Sabbath, or anything like that. But we don't celebrate. We're not celebrating that right now, man. All right, we still got a couple of days left. So he's celebrating his. You know what I'm saying? That's all good, but that's just spreading confusion, man. Okay, and we all know that the Lord is not the author of confusion. Okay, so he's just out here spreading, just throwing stuff, just throwing shit against the wall and hoping something sticks. All right, he's heaping disciples after himself. All right. So 2 Peter 3 and verse 3, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lust. And that's what this guy is, man. He's not even trying to teach, but he's trying to correct the apostle. 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 1. It said, now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with an hot iron. All right, and that's what's going on in these last days, man. You got guys talking about magic mushrooms and that Yahweh Shai never did miracles. These are people that have departed from the faith, man, and giving heed to seducing spirits, man, and doctrines of devils, man. All right, we can't trust those people, man. These people are hirelings, man. Not taking care of the sheep. Let's go to Proverbs 14, because scoffers and scorners are gonna get dealt with, man. Proverbs 14 and 6. It says, a scorner seeketh wisdom and findeth it not, but knowledge is easy unto him that understandeth. See, a scorner is always seeking wisdom, man. And this guy is a scorner. But he can't find it, man, because he has no work, man. He's a faithless man. All right, and Yahweh Bashem Shai is not dealing with nobody without faith. In order for you to have faith, you have to do these works, man. All right, hey, in the next verse, go from the presence of a foolish man when thou perceiveth not in him the lips of knowledge. See, this guy is a foolish man, because he doesn't have the lips of knowledge. All right, look, his lips are closed, man. He has no words. He's doing all this, all this teaching, but when it's actual time for people, to see what he's about, what is it? He has nothing, man. And these are the times that we're living in, man. People that love to run their mouth. All right. And he doesn't have it. It's just basically that's what it is. 2 Corinthians 4 and verse 3. It says, but if a gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. Verse 4, it says, in whom the power of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not. All right, and the power of this world is Esau, man, because he believes in his own self. All right, that's what Esau has taught us to do, to believe in your own self and negate Yahweh Bashem Yashai in the man that he has set up. All right, so it says, in whom the power of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach, who was in the image of the Heavenly Father, the Most High Yahweh, should shine unto them. All right, so this is all in the will of Yahweh Bashem Yashai, man. We need scoffers and scorners, man. Why? Because without that, it would be unbalanced. All right, and we go to Proverbs 11 and verse 1, it says, a false balance is abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. So we need scoffers, man. We need these these other camps to go off, all right, and teach the wrong thing. Why? Because that balances everything out. Okay, because a false balance is abomination to the Lord. All right, so we need that to balance the scale out, man. Let's go to Jude, because Jude talked about scoffers also. Jude. That's not the one I want. Jude, verse 18. It says, how the do you want to start at 18? Yeah, I'll just get to the point. Jude 8, verse 18. How that they told you that there should be mockers in the last time, who shall walk after their own ungodly lust. See, there's going to be mockers in the last times, man. And this is pretty bold to be mocking the elder apostle, but you don't have no work, man. You have no work. You were youngin' in the game, man. You could be, what I'm saying, because you have no work, man. And it's the last time, man. The end days. All right. Verse 19. It says, "But these be they who separate themselves sensual, having not the spirit." And that's obvious that this brother don't have the spirit, because he has no works, man. He has no faith. All right. It all ties into each other, man. You have to have the faith chiefly. And by you having the faith, you do the works, and part of the works is feeding the sheep, and then you receive the spirit, man. Okay, how about you, Mashah is not gonna give you the spirit just for you just to waste it. There are plenty of men that's out here, man. That's doing the work. You know what I'm saying, and receiving the spirit. So why would he give it to a scoffer that's not even trying to do the works? All right. You know what? Let's go to James. James 2 and verse 14. It says, "What doeth it profit, my brethren, though a man say he have faith and have not works? Can faith save him?" All right. So this brother may have all the faith, man. You know what I'm saying, but he has zero works. Only thing he's working is his mouth. You know what I'm saying, scoffing against the elder apostle Tahar. You know what I'm saying? That's not what we're out here to do, man. All right, the scriptures talk about out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses shall every matter be established. But where's his witnesses at? He has 0 witnesses. All right, if you disagree, right? If you disagree, then you should make a video about it, man. All right, the elder apostles don't sit there and talk shit and then not make no video about it and prove it. You know what? Let's get it. Real quick, I'm gonna come back to this. 1 Thessalonians 5. In verse 21, it says, "Prove all things, hold fast that which is good." You see, so we're supposed to prove all things, man. So you can't be, disagreeing. I disagree Israel. I disagree Israel. You know what I'm saying, and then not proving anything, man. Go read it for yourself. Read verbatim, yada yada yada. Read verbatim, yada yada yada. That's not how you teach, man. All right, because that proves that this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, because he can't prove what he's saying. Anybody can tell you that you're wrong. If somebody says, "Well, 2 + 2 is 4," and I say, "Well, you're wrong, man." And I say, "Well, go back and look at the addition table and look at 2 + 2." All right, and then it's gonna give you 4. You know what I'm saying? But instead of me explaining it and sitting it down and saying, well, if you have 2 apples and then you add two more apples, you know what I'm saying, you have 4 apples. Instead of doing that, you just say, all right, well, let's look at this, and then you take it for yourself. That's not a teacher, man. That's somebody who doesn't know how to explain something. All right? It's like you. So prove all things, hold fast to that which is good, man. And a lot of men can't prove what they're saying through the scriptures because they have not the spirit. All right, let's go back to where was I at? Playing James. Okay, James chapter 2 and verse 14. What doeth a prophet, my brethren, though a man say he have faith and have not works? Can faith save him? All right. Verse 17. Even so, faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone. All right. We need both, man. So you can have all the faith in the world, you know what I'm saying? But if you don't have the works to back it up, man, it's a wrap. And see, James was cold with it, man. He said, yea, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. And we're walking. Our walk is this faith, man. All right, and the things that we do therein. All right, so a man may say that you have faith and I have works. All right, but that's where how do you show somebody that you have faith, man? By doing the works, man. By believing the scriptures. All right, and this is where Christianity is a damn pit hole. And that's why Christians are the first ones to run and go get jabbed up because they don't have the faith, man. And you can see it by their works because they trust in the system. Okay, they trust in the image of the beast. All right, so the men of Yahweh Bashim Shai are showing their faith by their works, man. All right, going out and camping, making lessons, doing things behind the scenes that the angels are recording, man. Not just a video Israelite. All right, everything things that are is being recorded behind the scenes also, man. All right, and you know what? Let's go to Revelation, man, 12, because Revelation 12 and 17 it says, and the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of the heavenly Father and have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. You see, so that's that faith and the works, man. All right, and the dragon is Esau, Edom. All right, and the woman, it represents Israel. Okay, and the remnant of her seed is the elect of Israel. Okay, because the elect is going to keep the commandments of the Heavenly Father to the best of their ability and have the testimony of Yahweh Shai, which is the faith. All right, it's not going to be just the testimony of Yahweh Shai, because you have to keep the commandments to the best of your ability to exemplify your faith. All right. Let's get one more. Let's get 2nd Esdras 9 and verse 7. It says, and every one that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed shall be preserved from the said perils and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders. For I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. All right, so the ones that are going to be saved are going to be saved by faith and works, man. Chiefly by faith, but you still have to have the works. All right. So without works, your faith is dead. All right. You know what? Just one more because it just popped in my head. Revelation 14 and verse 12. It says, here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High Yahweh and the faith of Yahweh Shai. All right. So see, we have to keep the commandments to the best of our ability and the faith, man, of Yahweh Shai. All right, that's the true man of the Lord, man. All right, and when you do that, let's go to Matthew 22. And verse 9, it says, "Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage." So the servants went out into the highways and gathered together all as many as they found, both bad and good, and the wedding was furnished with guests. All right, so see, we're commanded by Yahweh Shai to go out to the highways and bid men to the marriage, man. All right, now when you're not bidding anybody to the marriage, what is that? What is that? You're a faithless man. Or you're a scoffer, you know what I'm saying? Because you're antichrist. Because you don't believe the words of Yahweh Shai. All right, you know what? Let's get one more. Let's go to John, because John said, because Yahweh Shai told Peter to feed my sheep. John 21 and 15. It says, "So when they had done, Yahweh Shai said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, thou lovest thou me more than these? He said unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He saith unto him, Feed my lambs. He said to him again the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? He said unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, Feed my sheep. It said, verse 17, he said unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved, because he said unto him the third time, Lovest thou me? And he said unto him, Lord, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee. Yahweh Shai saith unto him, Feed my sheep. All right, so see, that's what we're supposed to be doing, man. Yahweh Shai told Peter 3 times, man, to feed my sheep, man. All right, so when you're not feeding the sheep, man, you're a hireling. Okay? And what do hirelings do? They lead the sheep astray. See? That's what he's doing, man. You know, let me get one more. Let me get John. Let's go to John 10. Let's start at verse 11. It says, I am the good shepherd. The good sheep giveth his life. Slakia. I'm going to start from the top. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. And Yahweh Shai has given his life for the sheep, man. All right, for the elect. All right, that's what a good shepherd does. All right. It says, but he that is an hireling and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming and leaveth the sheep and fleeth. And the wolf catcheth them and scattereth the sheep. You see? So this guy has left the sheep, man. Okay, everything's all good, you know, when he wants to scoff and everything like that. But when it's time to teach the sheep, he's a hireling, man. All right, he cares not for the sheep. And that's the next verse, Salakia. It's verse 13. The hireling fleeth because he is an hireling and careth not for the sheep. Okay, so that's that. So we have to be aware of these guys, man. The guys you know, you see your spirit doesn't sit right with them, you know, with you, you know. People, you know, teaching something contrary to the doctrine that you learn, you know, and you know, and really just heaping disciples after himself. All right, we gotta watch these. We gotta watch these guys, man, because they're out here and they're looking, man. All right, and that's what Israel tries to do. It tries to separate themselves to get to, because they want to, instead of serving Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai, they want men to look up to them. All right. So Most High willing, the session was edifying. All right, I'm going to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, B'Hashem Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. I would say Kwame Sharala, Ababa Ball, Shalom.